Environmental considerations, heat and cold issues. Thermoregulation, conduction, evaporation, radiation, and convection play an integral part in the cooling of the body and maintaining normal thermal regulation and regular body temperature. Here are some examples of conduction, convection, evaporation, and radiation. Conduction. The direct transfer of heat from a warmer surface to a cooler surface is accomplished by conduction. The degree of conduction is dependent upon the temperature gradient, the conductive properties of the object contacting the body, and what percentage of surface area is in contact. Regarding heat-related illnesses, this concept becomes important when treating a patient with cold water immersion following a heat-related illness. As more of the body's surface area is immersed, there is more conductive potential, and the treatment becomes more effective. Evaporation. Perspiration is an evaporative mechanism that is dependent upon sweat production and water vapor pressure gradients. In high ambient temperatures, heat loss is almost solely based on the rate of sweating. As humidity increases, evaporation becomes increasingly ineffective. Thus, perspiration serves as the most effective way humans release heat. Radiation. Radiation is the process by which the body gains or loses heat without direct contact. Radiant energy is reabsorbed or reflected, which is why light-colored clothing can prevent heat-related illnesses by absorbing less heat. Clothing is the most basic and generally the best means of sun protection. Not all clothing is equal, however, and some of it is not very good at protecting us at all. So, what makes a piece of clothing sun safe? Most of our clothing is dyed attractive or functional colors. Many dyes absorb UV rays, which help reduce exposure. Darker colors tend to absorb more UV than lighter colors, including whites and pastels. But bright colors such as red can also substantially absorb UV rays. The more vivid the color, the greater the protection. A bright yellow shirt is more protective than a pale one. But even a pale fabric can offer good sun protection if the weave, material, and weight are effective at keeping out UV rays. Convection. The body exchanges heat with the surrounding air by way of convection. The body gains heat from hot air, which comes in contact with the skin. Convective heat exchange increases with increasing air speed and larger gradients between air and skin temperature. Air circulation can be increased by use of air conditioning or fans. Clothing that is more permeable to air or loose fitting also increases conductive heat loss.